Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm back here with my 7th year of doing the Who Is scouting reports for this year's upcoming 2025 NBA draft class. Today we're talking about Collin Murray-Boyles, a guy that I actually thought could have been a first-round pick in last year's NBA draft before he withdrew. And he's one of the few guys who actually went from being a first-round pick last year in a weak draft class to a better draft class this year and has improved his draft stock. At 6'7", 231 pounds, he's arguably kind of like the modernized version of the Jay Crowder archetype, you could say. I think that would be the best way to put it. And this is a guy who is going to be able to play power forward. And he's from South Carolina, plays for the University of South Carolina Gamecocks. And he was someone that, as a four-star recruit, he actually had to delay his basketball career in college due to mono. And so far this season, he's averaged just under 17 points, 8 rebounds, 1.5 steals, 1.5 blocks. And for Collin Murray-Boyles, the biggest things is the fact that he can guard maybe every single position. He's someone who probably has this Paul Millsap, Jay Crowder blend in his game, that he's probably more of a combo forward than a small ball switch big forward that Millsap was. So I think his interior scoring with the floor spacing ability allows him to be a player who not only is able to effectively set screens, roll to the basket, and either be a short roller or someone who finishes at the rim, has the basketball IQ to make the smart decisions, to be a role player who's going to provide immense value to any team that brings him in from day one, similar to how we're seeing with a guy like Terrence Shannon and Ryan Dunn on the Timberwolves and the Suns, as he's a guy who's a force on the boards, averaging over 6 boards a game, and like we said, 8 rebounds, 6 of those being defensive and almost 2 of those being offense. And he does a great job drawing contact on the way to the rim, 5 fouls drawn per game. He's able to frequently get to the free throw line, being someone who can keep defenses on their toes. As someone who shoots over 60% inside the arc, I think he's going to be someone who'll finish second actions as a connector, either as a passer, averaging 2 assists a night, or as a cutter who's going to, off a down screen or a flare screen, who's going to be able to cut towards the basket as a slasher and just catch a lob or throw it down. I know he's not an elite, defender or not defender, my apology, elite athlete, but his defense is there and his pop is enough, as again, 2.5 offensive rebounds, almost not like 6 or so defensive, but someone who averages 3 stocks a night as a weak side rim protector that can also guard inside and out as a point of attack defender on some wings. I think to maximize his potential stock, he's going to have to continue to show that he's a shooter. His current role is kind of being like this Jay Crowder, Grant Williams type player, where he's the switchable defender we saw in Grant Williams, who can maybe be a small ball 5. And I had an NBA scout tell me he's kind of tricky. He's not a shooter at 6'7". Makes me question his fit. If you're a 4 who can't shoot, where do you play? It's tough because the spacing becomes a concern, but he's a phenomenal rebounder, absolutely amazing, great defender. You don't have to worry about the liability on that end. His play style and build are super unique, though. End quote. So let me hear your thoughts down below.